Happy New Year's, everyone. Hope you had an awesome holiday.
At the end of my holidays, I got to catch up with Teresa and her family down on the farm. I arrived to catch Teresa and her son racing around the paddock on their bikes, and I thought there is no way you were going to catch me on the back of one of those. I would way rather be out shopping.
You are such a townie, although I will say I was pretty impressed that you brought your gumboots.
Yes, I did bring my gumboots, but I couldn't believe you actually got me on the back of that bike with all that sweet talk. Oh, go slow, just hold on, you'll be fine.
You had an awesome time, come on.
Yeah, I did. I was laughing. I was in hysterics, actually.
Yeah, sometimes it can seem like we come from completely different worlds.
Yeah, like Farmer Joe over here.
Total townie. It's kind of like sometimes I think about, you've got the world of the operators and the world of the technicians, but cooperatively, if we can integrate our knowledge and build our relationships, we can be really successful as individuals and as a company.
Yeah, and recently on a visit to Te Awamutu, I got to see the cooperative maintenance strategy in play on one of their boards in there, and it was really awesome to start seeing that sort of stuff coming through our plants.
I think for me it really highlighted the importance of the relationship between the operators and the technicians and how important that is to the success of our business.
In recent training, it's been awesome to see a combination of both operators and technicians in the same room, talking about their differences and their similarities and building on those relationships that they already have in the plants.
You would love to see more operators in training. We've got an awesome course. You just have to access it on Learning Central. It has a combination of both e-learning and face-to-face training, and it explores the end-to-end process for maintenance and the key role that an operator plays within that process. It also shows you how you can successfully search for your flock and raise good quality notifications for maintenance work in SAP. And our examples are relevant to your working environment.
So yeah, it's a great course. Recently we had operators and technicians down in Hara, and we had a really great opportunity to catch up with Stephen Christensen, the maintenance manager from Eltham.
Yeah, I really liked his perspective on asset care.
Yeah, he was pretty awesome.
So asset care to me means understanding an asset when you first purchase it, understanding its functionality, what is it actually supposed to do, what is it supposed to deliver. Then breaking that down to understanding how it works and how it can fail. From that we will put together our preventative maintenance plan and how we manage that asset over the long term, i.e. 10 or 20 years. From then that gives us our plan on how to maintain it and when it loses its functionality, and there'll be a boundary within that so it delivers to a performance down to this level, and from then we replace an impeller, etc. It's a bit like driving your car. A simple example is your oil light on your car. So we do preventative maintenance checks, we check our oil on a weekly basis, etc. But there is times where you may generate an oil leak from a stone flicking up, hitting a sump, and you've got a hole. You then get your oil light will come on. So that's flagging to you that something is going to happen. If you act now, you can prevent the inevitable failure. And that's when we do our PMs, we're looking for that type of thing. So we can act before it actually completely fails and take an opportunity or a window in production to replace bearings or fix seals, etc. As maintenance people, we're really good at fixing shit, but we're not very good at preventing it from failing again. I'll give you an example. A pipe bracket on two pipes, it'll crack and it'll fail. We're really good at just going in there, put it back together, weld it up, and we walk away, job's done. We haven't understood why it's actually cracked to start with, whether it's been vibration, whether it's stress. Unless we identify why, I guarantee in 3 months' time we'll be back to fix it again. So SAP is the tool that we use to help manage that asset, and that's around building our asset care, our preventive maintenance plans within SAP, so they generate weekly, monthly, 3 monthly, quarterly. And then it standardises the work, because when we develop a PM plan, we are standardising what we want to do. So it takes interpretation out. We do the same thing every time. Also with SAP, it's our history. So every time someone puts a notification or a work order into SAP, it's there and it's there for good. You can't delete it, it won't disappear. What we need that information for is to build history around how often an item fails or how often this occurs. We talked earlier about quite often people will just ring up the shift crew or the response crew and come and fix something, and they never generate the work order. All that does is gives us a false sense of what is actually going on. Because when it comes time to look at engineering out the problem and looking at a solution, we need to raise capital funds, and we can do that with an IRR, or internal rate of return. But unless we understand accurately how often this fails, our rate of return is not accurate, or our failing is not accurate. Because it may fail 10 times over the last month, and we've only put in 3 work orders, the facts are it's only failed 3 times. So we need to be very strict around, one, putting in the notification, but also making sure we get it to the right asset. Because if we don't get it to the right asset, we're going to lose that history as well. As you know, once we get through to the technician side of it, and the work has been done, and we need to fill in that history in the notification field to understand exactly what was done, and then the failure codes. So that is so we can then start to clump together our failures. So our reliability engineers can then put that together and understand how many valve failures do we actually occur, how many bearing failures, what are the assets they occur on, are they occurring on all this type of electric motors, are they occurring in these wet areas. So then we can start to look at how we engineer out those issues. Because if we don't do anything, they're going to just continue to fail, and what we end up doing is just continue to spend more money, and you get frustrated doing the same stuff all the time. If I was an operator of a machine and I hear a noise all the time and I don't say anything about it, something will fail. Those are our eyes and ears. They're at the machine 24 hours a day, and 9 times out of 10, they know exactly what to do about it. Unless they say something, it'll just break, and then everyone gets frustrated. Now, the operator gets frustrated because this has been happening for weeks and nothing happens. I told my team leader to put in a notification. Whether or not that's happened, I don't know. From a maintenance point of view, we go and talk to the operators and say, oh, this has been happening for weeks and you haven't done anything about it. Little do we know, there's no notification in the system. We don't even know about it. So we both get frustrated. So it's about talking and doing the right thing so it gets through there. When we talk about that supply chain and how maintenance fits in there, it's, for a maintenance manager, it's very hard, because if I ask an operator what level of reliability that they would like, they'd want to say 100%. Every time I hit the start button, it runs 100% at full rate. I can deliver that, but it comes at a great cost. The cost to do that is way up here. As maintenance managers, we don't have that budget. We have a meaningful type budget, and it's about maximising what we get for that money for our reliability. And it's about a balancing act. But then we've got to use the tools that we have, like SAP, to help use the leverage to capitalise assets and improve those assets. SAP is quite a complex tool. It's a system that we've got. It's no use fighting it. Learn how to use it well, and it can be your best friend as well.
So you guys, I told you he was awesome. Anyway, wishing you all the best for 2015.
Look forward to either seeing you on site or catching you with our next blog.
Check out our Learning Central page for all of our courses, and don't forget to register.
Cool. See ya.
See you
Bye.
guys. Bye.